the show. Our main man, Nick Kupsey. Everyone give him a huge round of applause.
Really? Fuck you. Hi, everybody. Most of you look good looking. I had a very interesting time today. I can't stop staring at you. Who dressed you? You trying to put it safety pin? It's bizarre. I can't really handle it. I'm not even a boob guy. I'm a foot dude. Which is like fucked up that I have a foot fetish because, you know, people are usually freaked out by it. They're like, oh God, you have a foot fetish. Because if you go, you can't really go up to a woman and be like, oh my God, you're really pretty. Do you mind taking off your shoes? But it makes you realize, I wonder if I ever like went to DSW and applied for a job and just put a foot fetish down. And like, boom, you're our new manager. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring up your first comedian. Okay. Your first comedian, hell of a guy, good friend of mine. His name's Mr. Kricket Lee.
No, dating, like, sometimes it doesn't go as well as you want it to, like mine did. And you gotta resort to masturbating. You go home, you gotta masturbate, right? Clap it up if you're a fan of it. You guys love masturbation, right? We're not from Utah, we're not born in here. Okay? You like masturbating with a friend. You guys aren't clapping over there, freaking me out. But I love it. But one thing I love about masturbation, besides the act itself, are the creative nicknames people come up with for it. We got spanking the monkey, choking the chicken, flogging the dolphin. Basically just sound like random acts of violence against animals. I like to use a Coneheads reference. I like to call it Narfling the Garthok. You've seen the movie. But the thing is, like, you know, people say, oh yeah, masturbation in the shower is great or whatever. No. I've only done it once, and I'm going to tell you why. It's a true story, maybe. Well, I masturbated once in the shower. It wasn't that great. When you finish in a shower, that semen does not go down the drain without a fight. It just like hangs on there. And that night just so happened to be my daughter's bath night. And it's not the way I wanted to see her play with her brothers and sisters for the first time. You know, just stretching it out like Nickelodeon gag. Twirling around her finger like a goddamn lifeguard whistle. Writing red rum on the bathroom wall. It was disgusting.
The next comedian I'd like to introduce is, he's been seen on Seinfeld, The King of Queens, How I Met Your Mother, and in the Will Ferrell comedy, Blades of Glory, Mr. John, also on the Eric Toddcast on laughcast.com, Mr. John Kensil.
And now I'm at the back room for generations here in media. Thank you very much. Well, a round of applause from out there. You guys are great. Come on, support Laff. Very nice. I apologize if I'm talking too fast. I had a very long day today. I was selling pretzels off the Cotton Avenue off-ramp of 95. What? No, really, no, truthfully, I had to go to my nephew's birthday party this afternoon at a Chuck E. Cheese up in Philadelphia, okay? Has anybody ever been to a Chuck E. Cheese for a birthday party for a relative or something? It sucked, man. My nephew's 34. He hated it. I caught him like smoking behind the ball cage, putting like salve on his neck tattoo. And his name, right? So I drive down here. I'm very tired. And I'm like, I want to fall asleep for the big, Laughcast comedy show. So I quick pull off before I got here, and I go to a place to buy a 5-hour energy drink. I found a place that was open, but it was I thought it was a 7-Eleven, but it wasn't. It was one of those places that was a 7-Eleven, but they sold it, and now it's called like 612. Right? So this happened like an hour ago. So I go in there and I grab a 5-hour energy drink, a little red jar with the berries on it, put it on the counter. All right, very nice lady, very nice foreign lady. She picks it up, right, very nice foreign lady. I don't know where she's from, but she had like a dartboard for a hat. I don't know, like a birthday cake on her head or something. And she looks at the energy drink and she goes, "You idiot." I'm like, "What?" And she goes, "No, no, no. You idiot." I'm like, I'm an idiot lady, I'm tired, I gotta wake up for the big Laff comedy show. She goes, "No, no, no, you idiot, you idiot." She's calling me an idiot. It's one of like a minute. I'm going, "What? You idiot, you idiot." I have no idea what's going on. So I look over at the cash register and here she was saying the price. She was saying $2.88. She goes, "You idiot, you idiot, you idiot, you idiot, you idiot, you idiot." All right, someone, oh, my son. I went outside and punched her llama. It was chained up in front of the store, right? I brought my DJ with me, my special DJ, my DJ. His name is Scratchatory Rake. Scratchatory Rake. Scratchatory Rake. Scratchatory Rake.
I want to bring up our next comedian. He is a true blue-collar tradesman and the whitest comedian on the East Coast. An honest mailman, Mr. Tommy Highland.
I heard a study on PBS, so you know it's true. It's on PBS, and the study said that the higher your level of education, the lower your frequency of sexual intercourse. Now you're all looking at me like I just laid an egg or something. Well, that's all right. I was pretty confused too until this fella on the TV explained it. And what he said was that as you move on up the food chain and become a more intelligent and evolved human being, that you is less likely to have the urge to procreate. Now I'm starting to see a few people smiling. Because what that means is, yeah, the dumber you are, the more you're getting. How many are happy you dropped out now? You know what I'm saying? And that's real good news for me, because I see a lot of pretty ladies in the audience tonight. Yes, sir. And I just want all you pretty ladies to know that I am definitely not the sharpest tool in the shed. I mean it, I'm not a bright man, but I am good in the sack. Hey, what's your name, honey? Lee. Lee's giving me that look that says, you know what, he looks dumb, but I bet he can fuck. Yeah, you be right, little lady. I am dumb as a poke. I tell you what, I could not find my way out of a paper bag if you handed me a GPS, but I bet you I could find Lee's G-spot in about 45 seconds. That's right, it's all right. It's all right, my wife knows all about it. Okay, she did. She knows all about it. I mean, obviously, she did not marry me to impress her friends. But that don't keep her from bragging about me. I heard her on the phone just the other day. She says, you know what, Mama, that Tommy of mine, he is dumb as a box of rocks, but he sure can find all my hard to read plays. Come on, who's got a flower for Algernon? Come on. Is that too literary a reference for this crowd tonight? I mean it, I just wrote a book. It's called 101 Ways to Look Like a Dumb Shit. I mean, I'm looking at this boy right here. I can see you have already read the first 3 chapters.
All right, our next comedian is, the best I can describe him would be, if you've ever listened to Neil Young's Southern Man, you know, that would be the best description, but his name is Ding Dong Demps, and he came all the way here from somewhere in the deep, deep South.
How y'all doing tonight? All right, man, I tell you what, man, it's good to be here in Media, Pennsylvania, the first fair trade town, whatever that means. You can't even get a regular cup of coffee in this town. I went to this place, it's called Starbucks. You ever been there? I couldn't figure out anything on the menu. I said to the girl behind the counter, I said, hey, Missy,
can you tell me what you think I might like? She said, excuse me, I'm a barista. And I said, all right, excuse me, Missy Barista. Can you please tell me something on the menu I might like? She said, why don't you try a latte? I said, a latte? Maybe I should try a little first, see if I like it. So anyone take SEPTA to work? No, one person, two people, man. I take the first train. I get to work early in the morning. I'm at the train station. It's completely empty. It's pitch black. There's only one car in the whole entire parking lot. And I see this guy in the driving seat, and he's having a seizure. So I walk over. I want to see if I can maybe help him out or something. This guy ain't having a seizure. He's beating his meat right in his car. And he takes a look at me and says, what's your problem? I said, what's my problem? What if there were children around? So he looks to his left, looks to his right, says, I don't see any children. And I say, I see about 1 million of them right there on your fucking steering wheel, bud. So I love being here. I love being here at Generations Restaurant. Give it up for Generations. Hosting this fine comedy event tonight. I like it so much, I want to get a job here. They're hiring. They got a sign out front that says, help wanted, dishwasher. And underneath that, in parentheticals or whatever, it says, lava platos, which means dishwasher. You know, just in case if any of you are slow. I tell you what, man, I think if you come to this country, that's like the first word you should learn is dishwasher. Because I don't care. If you were a doctor in Nicaragua or you were in Mexico mowing somebody's dirt, when you come to this country, the first thing you're going to be doing is laving plenty of platos. All right, thank you very much. That's my time. So our next comic, you cannot pick a better comic than him because he is Mr. Chris Cotton. Give it up for Chris Cotton.
The blackest song you played so far. Hey, what's up, man? I see a lot of y'all looking at me like, yo, he fat and black. He gonna be hilarious. I was waiting for this all night. You look like you don't got no other life skills. This gonna be good. You are completely right. I can't do shit else. This is sad. But, alright, like I grew up in a bad neighborhood. I know it was a bad neighborhood because my dad was the only dad for a 20-block radius. That's how I know. It was fucked up because it was at a point where I had the only dad, and it was at that point where I just started acting like I didn't have a dad just to fit in. People come up to me, Chris, I heard you got a dad. I ain't got no dad. Get the fuck out of here. Dad. Fuck out of here. Scumbag piece of shit. Like I don't want to be a smug prick at recess just talking about my dad. You know? I got like a wine glass full of milk just swirling in like a smug prick. Ooh, what do you mean you don't have a dad? It was bad. Like I knew it was fucked up. One day I was hanging out with my dad and some thugs. Like they seen us. And they never seen a dad before, so they tried to steal him because they wanted a dad so bad. Hey, yo, give me your dad! You talking to me? Yeah, give me your dad! What the fuck you wanna do with my dad? I'm gonna make him play catch with me because his arm get tired, that's what. Make him do dad shit all day. That's why after that I learned though, I started hiding this motherfucker better. Like we went to the movie theater and I was hanging out with my dad and some people from school almost caught me. So I didn't act like my dad was a pedophile trying to kidnap me. I walked away. No, sir, I'm not gonna help you find your puppy. He was locked up for 2 days, but that's what dads do.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce our only female comedian tonight by chance it actually happened. She will be performing at both Parks Casino and Valley Forge Casino in October. See thelizrusso.com for complete details. Liz Russo, ladies and gentlemen.
This is the affirmative action action part of the show, black guy and then girl. All right, good. Chris got on the show because he's funny. I got on the show because I swallow. So that's nice. I was a really bad drunk. I am sober now. 2 years, 8 months, actually. I know, right? Anyone who's booing me, you gotta get to a meeting, seriously. I'll take have a list. Trust me, 2 DUIs in a year, be happy, general public, that I am sober. I was a hot mess too, man. Oh my God. Like, here's the thing, girls, do you like to do this when you're drunk? Do you pee everywhere? Yes, look, I got a resounding, yeah, of course. Men, you just point and shoot, write your name, whatever you gotta do. When I am like drunk, I just like to find weird places to pee. I know. All right, so it's not so shocking in Zago, apparently. That's just a night out. I told my friend Tiffany, she was driving us home from the bar one night when I was drinking, and stopped by the side of the road because I had to pee so bad. I'm like, oh yeah, it's not a car, I have to pee. So I stopped by the side of the road, popped a squat, right? And I started to pee, and I forgot I had pantyhose on. Oh my God. I was like, I'm drowning, what's going on? I can't swim. Now I wish there was a YouTube of that, but I could be famous. So yeah, so I don't drink anymore. And booze, not my first drug of choice. Donuts were my gateway drug. I like a good crawler. Yes, I just touched my nipple on crawler. Yes, that's what I did. I can't help it, I love it. I love sweets, man. I think I'd be a good stripper. Yeah. Because here's the thing, I love it so much, like, I wouldn't take dollar bills. Like, if you threw up a few Hershey miniatures, that would be all I need, really. I'll lick my own nipple for a Kit Kat. I don't care. My parents sent me to a rehab for donuts. Did you know there was a rehab for donuts? It's called Fat Camp. I went to Fat Camp as a kid, and I loved it. I was freaking hot at Fat Camp. Seriously, I got so much ass. It was like one guy, but it was a lot of ass. And I love Fat Camp. I got my first boyfriend at Fat Camp. That's cute, right? That's cute. I think it's cute. It's fucking cute. I got my first kiss at Fat Camp. I love that. That's awesome, right? And totally true. I lost my virginity at Fat Camp. Yeah! Alright, actually I sold it for a Snickers, but Snickers, way more satisfying, by the way. There's nothing like a fistful of nuts. That guy knows. I could have just been Butterfinger. It would have been fine.
Next comedian is I don't use this often, but he's a very dear friend of mine. He's the co-founder of Comedians with a Cause with our DJ, Mr. Joe Mayo, who's turned this whole thing into a white deaf comedy jam. Hey man, play the Beatles. This next guy, he's also the author of a book called Terrible Advice, which you can find at terribleadvicebook.net.com, one of those two. But he's a very good friend of mine, a very funny individual, Mr. Mike Rainey.
Alright, beat it, Dork. Can you believe that little fucking midget's a mailman? Just picture him dragging that gigantic bag around like a little kid. Why do I have to carry all the SSI checks? I get stuck with this crummy job. When he gets tired, he just finds a tree and he like sets the bag up between two branches and he takes a nap like it's a fucking hammock. By all means, put your feet on stage, sir. That's fine, yeah. Got the Prince of Delco right here.
Fucking feet on the stage, Sons of Anarchy shirt on. He's in a ballroom, he thinks he's the fucking Great Gatsby. It's the Great Gatsby of Delco. So talking to chicks out there, yeah, well, I'm like 4% owner in a lagoon, so if you want to come by, I can pretty much get you like half off any well drink you want. If you with the bigger headphones, what the fuck is going on here? What happened? But why do you have to wear it here? You got Warren from Something About Mary coming out of the comedy show. Somebody sees this fucking baseball, please get it for him. Oh my God. Oh man. How's everybody September 11th, alright? I don't know, what do you say for that one? I don't know. But I mean, they got us good that they have to be like, I was scared to fly after that one, but these new terrorists, like the Boston bombers, put chicken crock pots. Like, what are you trying to make us scared of? Scared to eat at christenings? I really don't understand where they're going with this. Like, just people just milling around, just fucking hungry as shit as christenings, but terrified because of these two idiots. The one guy's just like, fucking, I'm going in. Ah! All right, you guys, this one's meatballs and this one's hot roast beef. Go for it. Fucking lazy terrorist putting shit in crock pots. It used to be a sign of a lazy wife, but now it's a sign of a lazy terrorist. These lazy Muslims, like, why do I have to declare jihad? Why can't it just be jihad? Jesus Christ. I mean, fine, I declare jihad, all right? You happy? I'm gonna take a nap. You mean I can't take a nap? We gotta pray again? This is the 5th fucking time today. Jesus Christ. I should have stayed in community college. I live in a shitty neighborhood. It's not shitty because of crime or drugs or anything. It's shitty because we got a dollar store now. It's like the death knell of any neighborhood. I'd rather see a loose panther walking around my neighborhood than a fucking dollar store. But it could be worse. I could work there. That's got to be the worst friggin' job on earth, man. I don't even think you apply to work in a dollar store. I think you just walk in and hand them like a first draft of a suicide note. You definitely meet our saddest crime. Let's go in the back and start stocking witch hazel. You don't get sick days, you just get depression holidays. Stevens Gordy, I don't think it's happening today. If anybody needs me, I'll be laying in the bathtub wearing sweatpants. Anybody want to admit to using the N-word? Oh, here we go. I'm going to be honest with you, I use it. But the only way I use it is when I'm cooking bacon and the grease is spitting at me. It's just... oh, hell, it's like this.
I want to bring up a dear friend of mine. His name is Mr. Jim Ginty. He might be one of the funniest people you'll see tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jim Ginty.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Joe, for the music. I actually had requested Carly Rae Jepsen. I don't know if you guys... Call me Carly Rae, right? Call me maybe, right? Right? You guys know the Carly Rae Jepsen hit, Call Me Maybe, right? I just saw Carly Rae Jepsen on a show. She's got a new song out or something. Do you guys know she's 28 years old? She's 28. Thank you. Listen, I'm talking about Carly Rae Jepsen now, guys. Let's focus. She's 28. Didn't you guys think she was a teenager? Yeah. When that song came out, I feel deceived. I feel ripped off. That song's fun and cute when you think she's a teenager, right? You find out she's in her late 20s? It's fucking gross. You need to grow the fuck up, Carly Rae Jepsen. Start singing about more mature topics. You crazy bitch. I'm not gay. I like women. Thank you. He's reaffirming. He's my hype man. Yo, he ain't gay! Thank you, sir. I'm not gay. I like girls. I was talking to a girl recently, actually, a very lovely African-American woman. Yes, it matters for the story. And things were going fine, and the conversation was nice, and we were exchanging names. I was like, hey, by the way, my name's Jim. And she's like, oh, you know, it'd be fun. Why don't you guess my name? And I was like, oh, no. That doesn't sound like fun at all. That sounds like a terrible idea. Why don't you just tell me your name? That'd be way better. She's like, no, I promise it'll be fun. I'll even give you a hint. It's like the most slave-like name you can think of. Yeah, she said that to me. She says the most slave-like name you can think of. And I was like, oh man. And I thought I didn't want to play before. This just got way worse for me. This is a nightmare. This is a nightmare situation. Can I go home? I just want to go home. She said, no, I promise I won't get offended. I do it all the time. Just guess, the most slave-like name you can think of. I was like, I didn't know what to do. I panicked. I'd never been in this situation before. I was like, Harriet Tubman? I don't like it. Should I know more slave names? You know what I mean? Is that my fault? Because it was only going to get way worse from there. My second guess was going to be like Oprah from The Color Purple. And like that's a terrible, like the whole thing. Oprah from The Color Purple. This could be the whole name I guessed. I know. You know what her name was? You're not going to believe this. Her name was Frederick Douglass. How was that? How was I going to get that? It's not even a lady name. I know, that's what I said. Just kidding, you guys are good. You're great. You're great. Happy to be here. All right. But I've noticed something at my local Wawa, and that is the later it gets, the less appendages the employees have. Do you guys have that at your Wawas? Just like as the hours go by, just like the limbs start falling off at my Wawa. I feel like if I go in any later than they already do, they're just gonna be like a torso, like rolling around the counter. I'm gonna walk in and be like, hey man, can I get a pack of cigarettes? He's gonna be like, fucking no. How would I begin to get you a pack of cigarettes? Look how high they are. Well, he wouldn't be able to point, but he'd be like, look how high they are. They're so high. Logistically, that's impossible. So, I go into Wawa the other night to order a sandwich, and I punch in the computer, and it goes through, and the guy on the other side's about to start making it, and the doors to the back room swing open, and out walks the night manager, who, at my Wawa, by the way, has no hands, all right? Great guy, no fucking hands. He's a terrific man, just no hands. I'm just telling you his deal. And he walks out, and right as the other guy's about to start making my sandwich, he goes, no, that's all right, you're on your break, I got it. And I was like, no, you don't got it at all. You don't let the other guy get it. The guy with the hands get it. That'd be way better. You let the guy with the hands get it. That would be so much better for me. Because here's the thing, I'm kind of a stickler, guys, about my sandwiches. I like them to be made with two things, love and fucking hands. That's just me. Don't get me wrong, he's a great guy. He has no hands. I mean, it's not his fault, you know, or maybe it is. Who knows? I don't know how he lost them, you know what I mean? I don't know his backstory. So anyway, he starts to make my sandwich, I guess. I don't know, I couldn't look. I think I blacked out. I walked away, and I don't know what happened. I was in a haze, and when I came to, there was a nice, neatly wrapped hoagie on the counter. I said, thank you. And I took it, and I walked over, and I paid for it, and then I walked outside, and I threw it right in the fucking garbage can. I can't eat a hoagie. So now I have to go to Wendy's. I switched it up. I go to Wendy's. I was in Wendy's the other night, actually, and the woman behind the counter was handing me my change, and she had all of her parts, so it was a great start. And she was handing me my change, and out of nowhere, this guy appears next to me. He's like, can you spare some change, sir? Can you spare some change? You can't fucking do that in Wendy's. That's not fair. That's a safe space. You know what I mean? You're not... You can't ask for change when you visibly see I definitely have change. You know what I mean? That is hobo entrapment is what that is. I don't have to stand for it. You're supposed to ask for change when I'm walking past you on the sidewalk with my hands in my pockets, keeping my change from jingling. That's when you're supposed to ask for change. That's when it's a level playing field. So I was mad that he ambushed me, and I said, no, I can't spare any. I put it in my pocket. I know, it was a dick move, but I did it, whatever. And he said, "That's cold, man. That's cold. God's gonna punish you." He said that. He said, "God's gonna punish you." I said, "I don't know. He still looks pretty busy with you. So I'm gonna take my chances." Yeah! I told that homeless guy, right? Fuck this shit up. Yeah! Took him down. Don't fuck with my Frosty is the message here, guys.
All right, last comedian of the night. Is a the Philly's Funniest Competition runner-up. He is the host of the Pearlmania podcast, Mr. Alex Pearlman. Yeah! Mr. Pearlman is. Oh, there he is.
Guys, before I begin, I want you guys to applaud yourself. This has been an incredibly long show, and you guys have been an amazing crowd. Give us up, big round of applause. You guys have been an awesome crowd. When they were like, man, we're gonna do this show. I was like, where is it? Like, it's in Delaware County. And I was like, man, I'm born and raised Delaware County. They're like, yeah. I was like, yeah, dude. I remember when the Grand River Mall was the good mall. Like, that's. True story, man. I remember about 3 years ago I stopped by the Grand River Mall because I used to be my old haunt, and I saw a baby pushing a baby, and I was like, "Oh, are you missing your mom?" And she was like, "I am the mom." I was like, "Fuck." I was like, "Why are you here?" She's like, "I'm here to see the dinosaur exhibit that used to be in a store." Like, that's what they did. They replaced a store with a dinosaur exhibit. I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna give it a roll." I went in there, and they just had literally there was a guy in a dinosaur costume who went, "Rah, these things were scary." And I was like, are you kidding me? Grand River Mall is terrifying. How can you scare me with a fake store? I recently graduated from Delaware County Community College. Thank you. It's an interesting experience for the graduation. I didn't even get a cap and gown. They gave me a no fear shirt and a tap out hat. Call it a day. It was awesome. I went in there, they're like, what do you want to major in? I was like, I don't know, chemistry. And they're like, nah, we got enough cooks here. I was like, all right. I live in Philadelphia now, and I get to travel all around the country doing stand-up. I was recently in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I did a show. Afterwards, guy walks up to me, he goes, oh man, you're from Philly? I was like, yeah, I'm from Philly. He's like, man, my best friend's from Philadelphia. I was like, are you gonna finish the sentence that just went off? And he was like, oh, sorry, man, like it's on some messed up shit. I'm like, of course, you're in Albuquerque, New Mexico. How the fuck would you be? He's like, all right, but anyway, my best friend's from Philadelphia, man. He's got this Philadelphia saying. He says it all the time. I was like, well, what's the fucking saying? And he was like, oh, all right, well, like every now and then somebody will piss off my Philly buddy and he'll point at someone and goes, hey, buddy, eat a bag of dicks. They looked at me like, that's so Philadelphian, right? And I was like, that is not Philadelphian at all. That's just a dumb saying. I've heard eat a bag of dicks all over this country, buddy. He's like, really? I was like, yeah, man, I've heard it in Boston, I've heard it in Florida, I've heard it in Columbus, Ohio. I've heard eat a bag of dicks a lot. Like, yeah, maybe I have a face and I act like a guy who needs to be told repeatedly to eat a bag of dicks. I get that, but it's not a Philly saying. And he was like, oh yeah, what's a Philly saying then? I was like, you want a real Philly saying? He was like, yeah. I was like, I don't know, man. This used to be a good neighborhood. I am Gingers, real quick. I want to do a public service announcement. If you're not Ginger, quit fucking saying Ginger, alright? I'm so sick of it. I'm tired of it. I'm so annoyed by it. I can't order a non-alcoholic ale or walk down a cookie aisle without people going Ginger, Ginger, Ginger. I fucking get it. I got red hair. I'm at a high race for fucking skin cancer. Trust me, I wake up every day and I'm like, fuck, we're still doing this? Like, that's every day. Alright, so if you don't have red hair, please, for the love of God, stop saying ginger, okay? Black people can say ginger, that's completely fine, that's completely acceptable. I used to do online dating. Online dating was awful, because I discovered there's this thing on the internet called ginger chasers. They're like chubby chasers. Are you one? No? I don't know. You look like you want to have some pale shoved in there. Real, right? Yeah, there's ginger chasers all over the internet, all these things. I get messages from girls all the time, they're like, oh my god, you're ginger. I'd be like, yeah. She's like, I love gingers. I'd be like, really? What do you love about gingers? She'd be like, the hair. No shit! It's literally a defining characteristic. I'd be like, hey baby, you know what? If you love the hair so much, it's this color all over. And she would say, yeah? And I'd be like, yeah. When I get an erection, it looks like a rocket taking off. I remember one girl hated that, man, because her mom died in the Columbia.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for your attention. It was an amazing night. You guys are fucking awesome. Give yourselves a round of applause.